Good morning. Steve Freed in Chicago with the morning grain comments. Grain prices are higher for the second day in a row. I think there's just a little bit of short covering. In the beans, we might be adding a little bit of weather premium. Corn and wheat market still having trouble trying to figure out if there will be Ukraine exports or not. We did see where, from a weather standpoint, we do look for some rains across the southern part of the central Midwest over the next 3 to 4 days. Dry elsewhere. Above that front, temperatures are cool and moderated from recent warm weather. South of that, it's still warm and dry. The 6 to 10 day calls for above normal temps and below normal precip for much of the Midwest. I think when we get into the second week of the forecast, there will be a ridge of high pressure over the Southern Plains, Western Corn Belt. August 4th and 5th, it kind of leaks into the eastern Midwest, Illinois, but also by the 7th and 8th of August, it moves back to the west. As far as USDA numbers, they rated the soybean crop 59% good to excellent, down 2 percentage points. Last year was rated 58% good to excellent. And one crop watcher did lower his U.S. soybean yield half a bushel to 51.0. Brazil farmers are not selling, and there is talk about China buying 25 cargoes of soybeans last week from Brazil. August coverage, they're done. September, they're open, but no, they're only about 40% covered at this time. Over in the corn market, 61% of the crop is rated good to excellent. It's down 3% from last week and also down from last year. 62% of the crop is pollinated versus 76 average. And so the crop is about a week behind normal growth. The Brazilian government's talking with China to try to open up Brazil corn exports earlier to China than what the recent deal had suggested. Matif corn futures continue to trade higher because of the lower European crop, because of dry weather. And we have seen, though, some of the European demand for corn, ethanol, starch, feed coming down because of the higher prices. And some consumers in Europe are already switching away from more meat and less meat and more other products. In the wheat market, still uncertain how much exports will come out of the Black Sea. Pakistan's offered some 300,000 tons of wheat at $407 a ton. Their last purchase was $404 a ton. There was some bombing of Russian Ukraine port south of the Mykolaiv port. That's not one of the ports in the deal, but escalation of the war continues with a big counteroffensive by the Ukrainians. We also note that U.S. winter wheat harvest 77% done. Spring wheat ratings were up 3%, 68% to good to excellent. And we have the spring wheat tour this week. Matif wheat continues to trade higher, SEP-D spread near new highs. So all in all, we're trying to inch our way up because of the weather forecast. We'll be watching for any recession data this week by the U.S.